still a G. He's still a big, he's the 145 champion. But I just think that Max Holloway, with his speed, with his ability to take a hit, now that's difference, man. When El Matador lands, that's something different. But at the end of the day, shout out to Max Holloway, man. Now Justin Gaethje did drop him in round 4, and he literally stole that round from Max Holloway. But at the end of the day, guys, he immediately got back up. He wasn't no threat. He looked a little bit dazed. Not really though. Not really. I wouldn't even say he looked dazed or wobbled. What I do give Justin Gaethje for is all those leg kicks, man. Those leg kicks was absolutely amazing to watch. Totally fun, you know what I'm saying? From Justin Gaethje's fan, and I'm a Max Holloway fan saying those were amazing to watch because those are fucking awesome leg kicks, and the way Max Holloway just ate them was amazing to watch. It was both just the leg kicks were so powerful. Max Holloway is just walking through them, showing his Hawaiian pride, showing Justin Gaethje like, bro, you gotta do more than that. And Justin Gaethje, I wouldn't say he lucked off. I would just say he had a hard time figuring out Max's timing and figuring it out. Like when you fight someone like Max, it's easier said than done. You can watch how much film you want. You can study all his past opponents, but at the end of the day, you can bring in people to emulate him. But at the end of the day, he still has an awkwardly difficult style to figure out. And if you're not really not saying that Justin wasn't, but the reason why Alex was so successful is he put himself in a lot of danger. He's through with Max, and he figured out Max's timing really quickly. Something that a lot of other people hasn't been able to figure out, and that's why I submit Alex's IQ in this game. Alex's fight IQ is near the top of the top because Max Holloway's fight IQ was the top of the top, and the way that Alex Volkanovski was able to figure out Max Holloway, nobody has yet to do. I mean, like Dustin Poirier, not to take anything away from him. I mean, like he got at Max Holloway early on in his career. Max Holloway was only 4-0 or 5-0, I believe, when he fought Dustin Poirier the first time. The second time, Max, I'm not gonna take anything away from Dustin Poirier. Max Holloway wasn't ready for that moment on a 6-week notice. Dustin Poirier pieced him up. And if you think about Conor McGregor too, even though Conor McGregor had a broken hand, he didn't really. He beat Max Holloway. He did beat Max Holloway. I'm not going to take anything away from Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor did beat Max Holloway, but that's another one for lightweight. If Max Holloway, if Ilia Topuria gets matched up with Alex Volkanovski, and Conor is fighting at UFC Fight Week 303, June 29th, and he gets past Michael Chandler. I'm not going to rule anything out there. I'm still going to have respect for Michael Chandler, but I think Conor McGregor is going to come back really good and aggressive and dust Michael Chandler. I think it's gonna be stoppage in round 1. Like I don't know what I'm not trying to say Michael Chandler hasn't been training or anything like that, but he's been sitting, man. I get it, you have that Conor fight, but at the end of the day, you gotta kind of be active, man. And after the day, people can say Conor been sinning, but Conor doesn't have to fight. Conor's rich as a motherfucker, and maybe Michael Chandler is well off too, but Conor still wasn't even an active fighter. He had to go to the loop of the drug testing and all of that kind of stuff too. Well, Michael Chandler could have fought any time of the week, but he sat out and he waited for Conor, and I think. Having Conor on your mind for that much, he really is in your mind. He's already renting space in your mind. And once you have Conor McGregor renting space in your mind, and now you have a dangerous Conor McGregor because people may call him a Hollywood Conor McGregor and stuff like that. But no. At the end of the day, he has his fucking Irish pride that is gonna want to revenge those 2 losses that he just lost against Dustin Poirier twice in a row. And I get it, he's coming off of his bad foot injury in that second loss, but at the end of the day, Conor McGregor is not gonna. If Conor McGregor comes out and loses Michael Chandler, that's the end of Conor McGregor. Like, we're not gonna see Conor McGregor in the octagon again. Why would we? Really? Why would we? If Michael Chandler goes out and knocks Conor McGregor out, why would we? You know what I'm saying? I know this video is all over the place, but the point to draw it back, like my man Adam says, to land the fucking plane. Okay. Conor McGregor goes out there and beats Michael Chandler. You have Conor McGregor and Max Holloway too. Tell me what non-champions can put more people in seats? You guys tell me. What non-champions can put more people in seats? But that was, it was a lot to take in right there. But I'm going to keep on going. I was going to split this video, but I'm just saying, hey, why don't we just split it later and we do it all one time? But let's get into the main event. The main event was Jamahal Hill versus Aleksandar Pereira. Aleksandar Pereira is a motherfucking monster. You know what I'm saying? Herb Dean, Alex gets kicked. First of all, let's just say Jamahal Hill, shout out to you promoting the card all week long, talking your shit. You rightfully so. You never lost your championship. You ran in there and you dusted mofos real quick, you know what I'm saying? And like you was the reigning king. You was the reigning king. You may not have your crown, but you was the reigning king. That being said though, Alex wasn't someone to take lightly. I'm not saying that you took him lightly, but you kind of did. You kind of did. With all that talking and with all that hyping up the fight, I honestly wish you would have respected him a little bit more. Not like you didn't in the ring, but now you do. Now you can, because at the end of the day, bro, Alex gets he gets kicked low. He gets kicked low, okay? And then Herb Dean was like, timeout. Herb Dean's like, timeout. And Alex was like, no, don't you stop this fight. I'm going to cook. I'm in my moment. I'm going to cook. Don't you stop this fight. And then what happens is like an awkward uppercut from fucking hell. It looks like a straight up. It was some kind of fucking amazing punch. Awkwardly as hell that he threw. And then Jamahal Hill, boom, eyes rolled back of the head, falls back, and then non-stop ground and pound from Alex Pereira, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap. There's nothing to be said about that. He does that little meme where he's like, look at him now, you know what I'm saying? And then Jamahal Hill, that picture says it perfectly. Face in shock. What the fuck just happened? And that happened. Alex Pereira happened, and this guy, you don't win 2 championships in kickboxing at a high level if you can't fucking kickbox. Jamahal Hill wasn't expecting that speed, wasn't expecting that power, like so much people else. Like I'm a big fan of Yuri, and when Yuri got knocked out like against Alex Pereira, I'm like early stoppage. After this Jamahal Hill, I said, you know what, fuck it, you know what. Alex is him, man. Alex is him. And the talk says he wants to go up to heavyweight. He said he wants to go up to heavyweight. He wants to appear at UFC 301 to save that awful Brazil card. Nothing against Steve Erzik and Pantasia, but at the end of the day, yeah, Brazil needs a better fight card than that, guys. It's not even a fight. It's not even a fight night. It's a pay-per-view, guys. It's a pay-per-view. Brazil's fans are always gonna turn up, but man, give them Alex. Give them Alex. And, I don't know if I was going to call him Mir. I don't know if Tom Aspinall is going to be fighting in 3 weeks. I don't think he takes that fight. Honestly, Tom Aspinall's a motherfucker, though. He might. He's a bad motherfucker. Tom Aspinall fight, but he might take that fight. But at the end of the day, I know there's probably another heavyweight that is licking their chops to try to dethrone this man. Not even dethrone this man, but stop the prime. Stop him from coming forward. There's the heavyweights out there that is going to want to fight him. That is going to be like, you can't think you can come up to my division. But at the end of the day, like, if you want to go to heavyweight, does he just want to go to heavyweight to fight for the title? Does he just wants to go do that 3 title shit? Or is he willing to put on a show for Brazil? Is he willing to go to heavyweight, fight a top 10 guy who steps up and fights him at 301? You don't have to cut weight for heavyweight. If most of the history shows itself, a lot of great things happen at heavyweight, with people not training. That being said, not I wouldn't say not training. I would just say not cutting weight. That's really rude. Like they go through a lot in training. I'm not trying to be a dick there. That being said, though, who is the heavyweight? Who is the heavyweight that's gonna step up? Who is the heavyweight that's gonna step up? That's gonna welcome him to the heavyweight division? Because I don't think Tom Aspinall does it. I don't think Tom Aspinall does it. That's such short notice for Tom Aspinall. He's in the building too, and if it was, maybe we would have had an interview with him. But I haven't seen anything of him saying it yet. But if Tom Aspinall steps the fuck up and fights out, Tom is a G, bro. That is a huge fight. That is a major fight that Brazil just gets. They go from having a non-existent talking about pay-per-view. Shout out to Steve finally getting this championship match. But that some will say that's a bit early. He should have had 1 or 2 more. But, Steve got it, regardless of the point. But, you got Victor Petrino on that card that is going to, that you never know. He's a killer. You know what I'm saying? You got other notable fighters on that card with Jose Aldo as the co-main event and stuff like that. But hold up. Hold the phones here, guys. So you're telling me that we could have the light heavyweight champion versus the heavyweight champion if Tom answers the call? Tom's a bad motherfucker if that happens. Because if Brazil just gets the light heavyweight champion versus the heavyweight champion, oh man, at 301, like we have a roller coaster at 300, and then it just 301 is just a boom. We back. Not even taxiing. We're not even in the air. You know what I'm saying? But man, that would be fire. Speaking of the co-main event, I don't even understand this one. Like, Yan was fucking out, bro. She was sleeping on the canvas, bro. And then you wake her up in round one. I understand that she was able to walk back to her seat. It's different from when you get knocked out and you get choked out. But at the end of the day, I'm not ever going to, try to complain about these referees because they have a tough enough job as is. And there's some of the better referees that was in here. Not Steve, like that motherfucker, that referee sucked. But at the end of the day, it's tough, man. It's tough. Yan eventually, gathered her footing and was really in this fight. Was it really putting on a fight against Weili? But when she got to the ground, Weili showed her skills level above Yan. I mean, Yan showed her skill levels striking, but at the end of the day, it is MMA. And when you have a tough champ like Weili, that ain't gonna go out that easy. No disrespect against the ladies. There's really any as much, which is not any. There's a lot. I'm just saying there's not as much as power punches in women than there is man. So the fact that you're gonna knock a lady out is much more rarely than you do with the boys. You know what I'm saying, man? But that being said, Yan tried. Yan had those moments. She knocked Weili down a couple of times. Had a little nice stand up there for a moment. But then as soon as the fight got to the ground, and it was just it wasn't total domination because Yan had her moments too. But Weili showed that she was just a superior fighter that day. She just showed that she was the better fighter. In my opinion, the fight should have been over after round one. Weili by submission, but I diverse and she gets the victory. So shout out to Weili. We talked about Jerome. What a killer that was, man. I kind of want to talk about it even more, man. Like, a lot of people kind of I won't. I'll digress. We just covered it, but man, you got that flower shorts, guys, looking so mean. Let's talk about that one. Yuri. We talk about Yuri, and obviously let's talk about Arman first because that was a part of the core too. Arman, absolutely, he was a killer, man. He went in there and he almost got submitted by Oliveira. It was really tight. That choke was locked in, man. That choke was locked in, and any other fighter would have probably tapped, But when you're calm and you're composed in those moments, then you really get the. You really show that you're a beast, man. This guy was absolutely a beast. He's shown that he fought out of it, and it was amazing to watch. And obviously, that elbows to Oliveira, making Oliveira all bloody, and winning it by a unanimous. It was a split. I'm sorry, winning it by a split. Shown that he is ready. He's ready for the championship. He's not gonna get the championship, unfortunately, but he is gonna be ready for it. He's gonna be ready for it when the time comes, and he just got to keep on winning. It sucks being in that division. I do feel like he's second in line, but a lot of people would say otherwise as well. There's so much top contenders at that division. When it comes to Bo Nickal, you guys just need to feed Bo Nickal. Feed this guy a better fighter. Because at the end of the day, these people, nothing against Cody too. Cody Brundage going out there try to have his moments, but like early on in that fight, you lose your like early on in the night, we seen Cody try to rush out of Davidson's ground game, but you can't do that against a highly elite, BJ Ortiz, and Cody paid the price, and so did Cody Brundage. So Cody Garbrandt, both fucking Codys paid the price. You know what I'm saying? As for Bo Nickal, man, feed him against higher level opponents, and like a lot of MMA, fans say and hardcore say, why the fuck was he even on the main event UFC? I'm not trying to hate him for no reason, but he needs to prove something against other fighters, and especially how stacked this card was. There was a fighter on the prelims that could have easily, Holly Holm versus Kayla could have been easily the opening fight of this. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against Nickal, but I mean, like, that should have been reversed. Kayla is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist coming from another organization, totally dominant in that organization, except for one recent loss. You know what I'm saying? And going against the girl who defeated Holly Holmes. The girl who defeated Ronda Rousey and a prolific kickboxer. So you tell me why Kayla and Holly wasn't on the main event and Nickal was, and then you would say that's the same fight. That's the same one-sided fight. We all kind of knew Kayla was gonna win. Nothing against Holly. We all kind of knew that Nickal was gonna dominate. Look what happened. Both things happened. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. That being said, shout out to Nickal. We talked about Arman. Talked about Holloway. What we want to do is go back to the co-main event of the co-main event. The main event of the prelims, man. We had Jiri Prochazka, my man, showing his samurai spirit. You know, you be a damn samurai, regardless of what anybody says, bro. If you want to be a samurai, you fucking be a samurai, bro. Like he said at the end of his interview, we gotta have something to stand for. You know what I'm saying? And the way he went out there, he defeated Alex. Alex was damn near fucking abusing that kick, though. Abusing his leg. He was just eating it, but not really. Not like Max eating it, but literally it was hurting him. You know what I'm saying? But he kept on moving forward. That's just the fighter he is, putting himself in danger. It was just fun to watch, bro. And for him to get that stoppage, I love, because I'm a huge Jiri fan. I'm a big Jiri fan, and Alex always, just always fucking backing up. You know what I'm saying? He's boring as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But Jiri, he's just boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? He's like just excited. He put himself in danger. He's like the Justin Gaethje. He's like the Max Holloway of that fucking division. You know, he's always gonna strike. He's always gonna put himself in danger. As you see, he gets knocked out against Alex Pereira, but nothing to take away from his performance. You know what I'm saying? He deserves another shot at the title. Give this guy the title next. Aljamain Sterling, feed him Brian Ortega. I seen the MMA Guru make a video about that. I kind of agree with the MMA Guru. Feed Aljamain Sterling. Feed him Ortega. We talked about Kayla, but we'll cover it a little bit more. Kayla absolutely dominated Holly Holmes. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really talk about it. Was able to take Holly Holmes down with those judo. Super easy. And I honestly say she is a better judo competitor than Ronda Rousey was. Not to take anything away from Ronda Rousey, legend of the sport. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ronda Rousey. She just did an interview where she opened up a lot about her concussions early on before the UFC and a lot of other stuff. So shout out to Ronda Rousey. Don't want to take anything away from her, but I just honestly feel that Kayla Harrison is a better judo practitioner coming in, and she showed it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously submitting with Holly Holm, a lot to diverse there, but we're gonna cover these fights more, guys, in the Combat Club. On the Combat Club, I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or Wednesday, but stay tuned. The Combat Club, this week's episode is going to be covering majority of these fights as we preview the next upcoming fights as well, but majority of it will be covering these fights. So I'm just probably going to talk about a couple more people. You know what? We'll just end it out here talking about everybody, because at the end of the day, they all deserve to be talked about. So we'll extend this video at least about 10 more minutes, because we got to talk about Diego Lopes going against absolutely assassin that was Yusuff. Yusuff definitely was known, for his striking. A lot of hype on this guy coming out. I really thought he was gonna, be better than what he was in his career as far as up to this point. But, when you go against, when you have injuries and you're not fighting, just kind of inactive, as much as he was just a lot of the times he could have been fighting more. I don't know why I don't want to touch on that. Long story short, man, Diego Lopes just absolutely, haven't even been in the UFC a full year, just made a year actually, and just absolutely murking motherfuckers in round one. Feed this kid someone. He's not even hurt, put this kid, I want to see this kid fight again. I would say up in competition, but they just fed him Yusuff and he handled him real quick. That is a major jump in competition. And Diego Lopes goes in there and makes it look fucking easy, bro. You don't do that against Yusuff. I mean, I guess you do if you're Lopes, but my God. You know what I'm saying? Feed this kid wasn't he ranked though? Wasn't Yusuff the 14th rank? I could be wrong. It wasn't Julian Taylor that was 14. I think it was Julian Taylor. Turner was 14. Yusuff, he He's a game opponent, bro. And Diego Lopez, Money Moicano, though. Can we just talk about Money Moicano? I had him in most, like 50% of my DraftKings lineups had Money Moicano, and he helped me cash. Not as much as I would have, because obviously, fuck, I had that money, boys. Long story short, Money Moicano, bro, defeats the upsets, one of the favorites on the card in Julian Turner. A lot of people thought that Turner, why did I keep on saying Turner? A lot of people thought that Julian Turner was going to go through and walk through Moicano. I'm like, no. Money Moicano absolutely didn't fully, I don't know, man. Like, yeah. I would say Julian Turner could have had this fight because he knocked Moicano down and he walked away trying to have a moment. And then he clearly had the better striking, but that's why I took him in a lot of my lineups. Once Moicano got the fight to the ground, it was just a different story, bro. It was just a different story. And Turner, my lesson to you is, bro, like, don't walk away, bro. I know you want that one fight knockout like punch, but make sure that they're fully out. Shout out to Jessica Andrade, defeating Marina, split decision, looking still game as always, one of the top competitors in that division. Shout out to Jessica Andrade. Touched about Darius Figueroa, feed on Peter Yan. I think that'll be a good fight. But I'm going to touch on Bobby Green, looking great like always, calling out Paddy Pimblett. Shout out to Jim Miller, you know what I'm saying? Showing up, UFC 100, UFC 200, now UFC 300. So shout out to Jim Miller, showing up. But Bobby Green, bro. Bobby Green absolutely putting on a show, bro. Looking like a killer in there, like he is, like he was, and he calls out Paddy Pimblett. So you go feed Green, Paddy Pimblett, feed Paddy Pimblett to Green. That's gonna be fun to watch. That being said, guys, that was an amazing event. Fun fights from beginning to end. I love Dana White giving them that $300,000 bonus. That was fun to see. That was fun to watch. Everybody went aggressively, trying to get that big 300K. Max Holloway blessing himself with 600K. As you can see, that's the picture of Alex going down with Yuri's pressure. You know what I'm saying? And Yuri just fucking manhandling him. But man, what a great call too by DC, Joe Rogan, and John Anik. Megan O'Leary, as always calling a great chord. I know a lot of people was dissing Joe Rogan lately for his prior chords, but at the end of the day, man, always calling a great chord. Megan O'Leary always putting on a good show. The UFC always putting on a good show. And we have some announcements, man. We just had that 302 announcement, 303, 302 and 303. We had Islam. He's getting his fight against Dustin Poirier. And then we have Conor McGregor. He's getting his fight against Michael Chandler. So we have a lot of great fights coming up, guys. But what an amazing UFC 300 fight card, man. That's a way to put on the show, guys. If you guys made it all the way through, man, we really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, reviewing this card with us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, whatever you guys can do to help out the channel will highly be appreciated. But man, let's get it, man. UFC 300, what an amazing card. But man, you guys have a good one. Bless up. Let's go.